Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. And what we're going to look at today is this thing called Mapify360, which is really a cool app that I've been able to get myself and take a look at. And, the reason I do this is because I help offline businesses, and whenever there's a tool out there that's like helps you find businesses online, then especially if you can get it for like a one-time fee, I'm into checking it out because it's just great to be able to find businesses. And this particular niche or software that these guys have created is one that looks for who is appearing on the map in your searches, your local searches. So if I go like this, let's just say I'm looking for, I think the example they used is like a plumber, So you put your keyword plus some local area near you, and then what you get are some results here. You always get ads at the top, some sponsored stuff. Right, so those are paid for, but then basically your first results are what they call the 3-pack of Google Maps, and it'll basically just kind of put them, in locations around your location, or it shows on a map around your location where they exist and stuff like that. Then you get into the search results, and local search has long been about getting into these search results, but over the last couple of years, the way that Google has changed things, they're always doing research and stuff too, and it's obvious that what people seem to want is to click on one of these things in the map and kind of see exactly where it is, because that probably lends some credibility, or blah blah blah. I don't know, but the fact is that it's now, you're not just fighting to be, doing your SEO to get to number one in this list. You're actually trying to get at the top of this list, because, this is, look at this. This is like top of the screen, and unless you're paying to be up here, this is the next best thing, right? So that's kind of what you're, as a business, you're up against. And Mapify360 is all about helping find businesses that are basically you can help get up into this top 3. So that's what they give you, and that's actually that's a pretty nice niche, because there's so many businesses locally that have an address that want to be up in that list, and it's a little different sort of approach to get them there than doing years of backlinks and article writing and stuff like that to boost your SEO. So it's not a bad business at all. And of course, if you're doing other stuff, then you're going to be cross-selling them into, your website maintenance service and, anything else you can provide. So, right now I've just I'm in the dashboard area or logged into the app. And let me take a drink of water here. I'm losing my voice. Right now I'm in the videos and help, because I just wanted to, these guys do some really nice apps, but this, I think this time they've really kind of gone out of their way. I haven't watched all of these yet, but like the Business Finder, most of this is just tutorials, like how to find campaigns and leads and what the features are and stuff like that, and the method. But, not only that, but they're also, they give you like scripts and email sequences to put in. And so this tool, like if you've used any of the other tools from these guys, like Agency Profits 360 or that kind of thing, they basically build in, which we'll look at in a second, a way for you to email straight out of this tool to the clients that it pulls back. So you can just kind of send a report. You hook up your Gmail, a business Gmail address in here, and then you can basically just fire off emails. And so it's pretty slick. I mean, of course you can just use your other email software too, but they've got this stuff, the email sequences built in, and you can kind of use their stuff, and then they show you their step-by-step method to success. And you know what? They do some really good stuff. It's very practical and good information these guys give in their training. So the other thing I want to point out here, so there's a couple of upsells like OTOs on this product, right? So you can get the front end product and be able to do the business finder search, which is great. But the other thing that you can add on is basically more content. That's the first upsell is getting kind of more local business info and keyword research and stuff like that. So that really allows you to sort of expand your ability to find clients, and it expands your ability to help them with just more info that you can basically plug into their website and that kind of thing. The third OTO, though, or I guess it's the second one, is a citation thing. And so this thing is really cool because what you can do is you can just go in here and it'll tell you, let's just grab one of our campaigns here that I've already run. What we can do is, I don't know if that's enough info. Yeah, here we go. So that was a dentist. This will tell you, let me move my image here. Because local search, getting into that 3-pack on the map is very much based on citations, right? And citations basically are when a business goes and sets up their details, kind of claims their business and then sets up their details in a consistent way across all these different sort of aggregators, right? So when people talk about citations, that's what they're talking about. And getting into that map 3-pack is driven in large part by having lots of citations that are relevant and having consistently put your business in on those aggregators. So, you can't sort of put, Jim's Plumbing on one and then Jim's Plumbing Services on another citation service, because that kind of messes up the, messes up the stew in some way and affects your rankings. So you want like perfect consistency across all your citations. So there's a little tip for you. But if you add the citation upsell to the software, then basically what you can do here is they will tell you exactly who are the top citation places you should put the business, and it'll actually tell you whether they already have something there or whether they don't. So you can actually literally add the name of the business in here. Let's just do that really quick. Let's go back to the dashboard. Okay, so I think it was mechanic. Yeah, here we go. So let's grab one of these guys, right? I don't know that it really matters here. Move my image again. Okay, these guys are in automotive, auto repair. They are in the US. Now let's research. So okay. Now, what this shows you is this thing I love. I'm really impressed with this. But so basically, this business has Sandalwood Car Care, has Yelp, has claimed their business on Yelp and on local Yahoo and on Mechanic Advisor, right? So this is a button that will allow you to link to go inspect that citation, right? So in most cases, what you're going to have to do is is get login details from the business to make changes or updates to these. But then see what's happening here is it tells you like that you don't have, that this business does not have citations on these other extremely relevant aggregators, and so they need that if they want to get into the top 3. So, basically what you do is you can, so now what you can do in this tool is go, print off a PDF, a nice PDF along with, some other info, and you can email it or you can print it out and go drive it over and, give it to the business and just say, hey, listen, if you guys want to get the top 3 like these other guys, I can help you do that. So that's that, I think in a nutshell is this business. And honestly, you can do all this citation stuff by hand, and there are some other services out there that you can, subscribe to where you can kind of make updates to this, but I've never seen one that is so like, tailored to, like the way this pulls back the ones that are relevant to this business's ranking is awesome. Because otherwise you're just kind of shooting in the dark and, just adding them all to all the big ones. And see, I wouldn't, off the top of my head necessarily have known, and, partly just because this isn't my main niche, but I wouldn't have thought about adding, these mechanic businesses into these big aggregators that are related to, in the auto industry. Makes perfect sense. I just, wouldn't have crossed my mind necessarily. So that's really a cool feature about Mapify360. Now, before this gets too long, I'll just kind of show you how the Business Finder niche works here. So search unclaimed businesses on GMB. And that's kind of what we can start with. If you look at your dashboard here, you'll have your campaigns and leads you've won. So like if you email through the tool and they respond, like it tracks that stuff and opens, and which is really kind of nice because it gives you that sort of content management, or not contact management capability without having to enter all that stuff into a different system. Alright, so let's enter our niche. Now let's do mechanic, and let's do Littleton, Colorado. Now, one of the things you do have to do when you set up the tool is add some settings in the Google API. So, like, you have to set up your API key and that kind of thing. They've got videos in there that show you how to do it. It's easy. If you've done it before, you just go to the console, Google console, and add a project, and then set up your, get your API keys and just paste them in here. But, alright, so here we go. Claimed. All these are claimed, which is great. There we go. Unclaimed. Right, so now what we can do is in different languages too, which is actually nice. Now I can create this PDF report that I can email to these guys, which is kind of the workflow they do, or you can, go hand deliver it or give them a phone call and tell them you're going to send it or that kind of thing. And it just kind of runs through a Q&A that shows you, that basically helps sell your service, right? I mean, it just is like, hey, you've got some no's down here, and we can help you fix that, right? So let's just scroll down the list here. Does it have rich snippets? Those are things that if they've got a WordPress site, you can just add a plugin that puts that stuff in there. Facebook places. Do you have reviews? They do have reviews. Great, so they're actually in a good position. So like you can see the content here is, these guys are set up to be able to move up in the ranks into that top 3, because they've already got some reviews, right? And they've got a website and stuff like that. It's just that they don't have a lot of citations. They haven't claimed their business on Google. Simple things, right? You can just go fix this for them. So that's what the training in this system is all about. But I really love the search capability, and I really am impressed with their citation optimization and that tool. So, this is definitely worth checking out if you're into this sort of thing, if you need a way to find businesses locally, and even if you're offering them a completely different service, this is an easy way to find them. If you want to bolt on a brand new service to your agency and be able to do that as well, then I think this is definitely one of the best things going right now. So hey, thanks a lot for joining me. I appreciate it. And if you liked this video and found it useful, then please give it a thumbs up. Give it a like for me. And, if you have any comments, please leave them below. And last but not least, subscribe to this channel if you wouldn't mind. And if you want to check out Mapify360, then there will be a link right below this video where you can learn more about it on my blog and check out, bonuses I may add and that kind of thing. So there you go. Thanks a lot.